Hello, and welcome back once again to Infinite Jeff, the project where I, Jeff, read the book Infinite Jest to you one page at a time, one day at a time. Put it up on YouTube. Been doing this for a while, coming up on a year. We are reading page 365 today, but, that does not mean it's the 365th page that I've read, because, as we know, the book started on page 3. Pages 1 and 2 were blank. Thinking back, I would have done a blank page 1 and 2, page 1 and 2 video, and I still may at some point, but like as a bonus. But so what I'm trying to say is that this has not been a year yet. However, and last year was a leap year too, 2020, so it's be 366 days starting on page 3, so when I'm on page 368, which should be in about 3 days, that will be a year. So, but we're getting close. Currently, February 15th, 10:35 a.m. Drinking my coffee, texting with my friend, trying to figure out this snow situation, which really, really fucking sucks. Pain in the ass. But yeah, read this. I gotta get out of the driveway. I called for 5 to 9 inches tomorrow. Jesus Christ. I'm not gonna be able. Pain in the nuts. Gugh. Anyway, can't do anything about it right now, so let's just read page 365. Here we go. Myself, because if you think about it, it also means it was good to be able to hear you, to really hear. He's trying subtly to alternate and look at Erdody and Joelle both, like he's addressing them both. It's not something he's good at. His head's too big to be subtle with. Because I remember for like the first 60 days or so, I couldn't hear shit. I didn't hear nothing. I just sit there and compare. I'd go to myself like, I never rolled a car. I never lost a wife. I never bled from the rectum. Gene would tell me to just keep coming for a while, and sooner or later I'd start to be able to both listen and hear. He said it's been really hard to really hear, but he wouldn't say what was the difference between hearing and listening, which pissed me off. But after a while, I started to really hear. It turns out, and this is just for me maybe, but it turns out hearing the speaker means like all of a sudden hearing how fucking similar the way he felt and the way I felt were out there at the bottom before we each came in. Instead of just sitting there resenting being here and listening how he bled from the ass, and I didn't, and how that means I'm not as bad as him and I could still be out there. One of the tricks to being of real service to newcomers is not to lecture or give advice, but only talk about your own personal experience and what you were told and what you found out personally, and to do it in a casual but positive and encouraging way. Plus, you're supposed to try and identify with the newcomer's feelings as much as possible. Ferocious Francis G. says this is one of the ways with guys with a year or two sober can be most helpful, being able to sincerely ID with the new sick and suffering. Ferocious Francis told Gately as they were wiping down tables that if a crocodile with decades of sober AA time can still sincerely empathize and identify with a whacked-out, bug-eyed, disease-ridden newcomer, then there's something deeply fucked up about that crocodile's recovery. The crocodiles, decades sober, live in a totally different spiritual galaxy inside. One long-timer describes it as he is a whole new unique interior spiritual castle now to live in. Part of this Joelle girl's pull for Ken Erdody isn't just the sexual thing of her body, which he finds made way sexier by the way the overlarge blue coffee-stained sweater tries to downplay the body thing without being so hubristic as to try to hide it. Sloppy sexiness pulls Erdody in like a well-groomed moth to a lit window. But it's also the veil, wondering what horrific contrast to the body's allure lies swollen or askew under that veil. It gives the pull a perverse sideways slant that makes it even more distracting. And so Erdody cocks his head a little more up at Gately and narrows his eyes to make his listening look terribly intense. He doesn't know that there's an abstract distance in the look that makes it seem like he's studying a real bitch of a 7-iron on the 10th rough or something. The look doesn't communicate what he thinks his audience wants it to. The raffle break is winding down as everybody starts to want their own Okay, that's page 366 of The Infinite Chef. Yeah. Page 365, sorry. Oh, snow is giving me anxiety. I don't like it. Like it. I hope it misses us. It often misses us, and we do not get what they're calling for. But usually they say 2 to 4 and we get 1. Now they're saying 5 to 9, which means we might get 4, which would... I don't think we'll get 1. Anyway, nothing I can do about it right now. So, fuck. But anyway. Yeah. Have a good night.